What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. My name is Trey Jones. Thank you for tuning in for another video. And today we're going to be talking about digestive anxiety symptoms, okay? So go ahead and do me a favor and smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you're dealing with this. But if you have any type of anxiety disorder, you probably have had your fair share of digestive anxiety symptoms. I was no exception. This is actually something I dealt with on a daily basis. It was more common for me, okay? This is something I dealt with all the time. It did not help that I already had a messed up digestive system beforehand. So it really messed with me. It messed with what schedule I did have. Anytime I wanted to hang out with friends or do something fun, it seemed like my digestive problems would get in the way. Like literally, it would get in the way. So I'm gonna kind of share why this is happening, some of the symptoms I went through to relate with you guys, and give you some tips, because there are actually some pretty decent short-term relief tips for these. There's not a lot of short-term relief for most anxiety symptoms, but digestive-wise, there are a few things you can do to help you out, and sometimes that's all we need. So, I'm not a medical doctor, okay? I'm not a psychologist, therapist, or counselor, but I am a guy that has the experience with this, unfortunately, for 5 long years. But now I can actually help some of you guys out with your situation by relating with you, sharing stories, symptoms, things that I went through, various negative experiences, turn those into positives, show you that there's light at the end of the tunnel and that you can recover. Because if I recovered from anxiety disorder, I know for freaking sure you can. I'm not the strongest of all people. I just found a good plan that works and I put it into place. My tips are down below in that description, so don't leave this video without checking those out. So, digestive anxiety symptoms. Yeah. They were nightmarish for me. Gross, okay, so this is gonna be kind of gross, but I'm gonna go into, I guess, detail with me. But why is this happening? You know, why is our digestive system affected by our anxiety disorders? Well, like most things, it starts with our fight or flight response, okay? And the sympathetic nervous system, is responsible for this. So whenever our fight or flight response is kicked off with our adrenaline, our body is trying to either fight danger or run away from danger. Okay? And if we have anxiety disorders, we are very negative thinkers. Oftentimes our fears are not immediate dangers like we believe. Our brain doesn't know the difference at the time, so it goes into full fight or flight response. Now, unfortunately, this is where it gets funny. Our body doesn't see digestion as an immediate essential to survive, okay? So it's shunting off the blood flow to those areas and giving it to our major muscles, our heart, our brain, some of our other more vital organs during that time. So the function of our digestive system plummets at that moment. And that can last for a very long time, even high levels of stress. It doesn't have to necessarily be panic attacks. A lot of my issues, the real severe issues, happened during panic attacks, because that's whenever my fight or flight mode was full on, okay? So obviously, let's get right into some of these symptoms. Abdominal pain, okay, and spasms are definitely gonna be up there at the top. I would deal with this every single morning throughout the day. Randomly, spasms sucked. It's like an internal tremor, twitch, contraction. That's the best way that I can explain it. It did not feel very good at all. So obviously muscle tension is probably the culprit with that one. The next one, guys, is constipation and diarrhea. I was either constipated or I was having diarrhea. If I was having a panic attack, probably about 10 to 15 minutes into that panic attack, as horrible as it sounds, it's the last thing I'm wanting to do right now when I'm worried I'm having a heart attack, is go sit on the toilet and have diarrhea. And that would happen a couple times depending on how long that panic attack lasted. So that was a nightmare. That was terrible. Imagine me on the road whenever I'm having a panic attack and I'm having to hold in diarrhea at the same time. Now, whenever I wasn't having a panic attack, the opposite would happen. It seemed like I was still stressed out, but this time it was constipation. So I was either or all the time. We all know how miserable it is to be constipated. I'm gonna give you some remedies for all these things. Fortunately, it's pretty crazy, there is some short-term relief for some of these digestive issues, more so than a lot of other symptoms of anxiety, okay? It isn't gonna cure it by any means. You're not gonna fix the root problem, but if it can help you get the ball rolling, that's important. So I'll share those tips. But whenever our digestive function slows down, sometimes our stool can actually just kind of chill. You don't have the blood flow, the stimulation to push it through the digestion tract. So constipation is very common for some people. For me, I would also have a reaction whenever the adrenaline would go through my body and it would turn everything to liquid. So, I would have either or there. So if you're dealing with that, guys, You're not alone on that. The next one, guys, is also miserable, and that's bloating and gas. It can be caused by a few different things. Either the stomach is producing more of this, or your digestive system, that is, or you're swallowing more air, either by eating or breathing. Whenever we are, in panic attack mode, we tend to hyperventilate, and even if you're just generally stressed, we take deeper breaths and more breaths in general. So we're trapping a lot more air. Trapped air is not fun. It's not fun being bloated, especially if you're a female. I know a lot of you females out there hate being bloated. I didn't like it either. Having trapped gas can be painful and just uncomfortable. It's not fun being around a crowd of people whenever you have gas. Not only are you having the fear that you're gonna have to pass gas in front of these people, or you're gonna have to run away, go to the bathroom every few minutes if you have to pass gas. It's also just uncomfortable feeling when your stomach is bloated like that. So I get that, guys. That's horrible. That's definitely something that I went through. Man, oh man, I have tons of stories. Also in the mornings, I would have horrible gas build up from the night before of panicking and having my nocturnal panic attacks and nightmares and tossing and turning, my insomnia. What little sleep I did get, I would wake up the next morning and have horrible gas that would last for about 3 hours until it was all passed. I know it sounds gross, but that's something I went through every single freaking morning, man. Also, of course, you can have indigestion issues. That's just that feeling of having, trapped food in your upper abdomen that can lead to things like heartburn, acid reflux, GERD, okay, or at least symptoms of GERD. This is something that I dealt with. I had to be on medication for this until I found a natural remedy, which I will share with you in a minute. I would wake up in the morning, oftentimes in a panic, with this lava type feeling in the bottom of my throat, which it's easier whenever you lay down, guys, at night for this acid reflux to creep up into your lower esophagus, and it would be hot like boiling lava, and it would make me gag. Occasionally I would throw up because of this. The worst freaking feeling. That acid is terrible, and I would deal with that on a regular basis. Your digestive system and your stomach produces a lot more acid whenever you're under stress and anxiety. So heartburn issues, acid reflux, existing GERD issues can get much, much worse. But like I said, stick around for that remedy. The next one, guys, is an imbalance of good and bad bacteria. We need a good balance. The good bacteria is great, okay? Believe it or not, your gut is actually responsible for 90% of the serotonin produced in your body. See, I thought that was all produced up here. That's why they call your gut the second brain, which is amazing. I learned that a long time ago whenever I worked with Elixa, their probiotic, which I'll share with you in a little bit. So that can be affecting a lot of you. If your balance isn't good and you don't have enough good bacteria, that could be the difference between you getting stressed out and somebody else getting stressed out, but you have a panic attack and they just get over it. You need that serotonin. It helps control our anxiety symptoms, excuse me, and makes life a lot easier. So we need a good balance. So what can you do about that? Like I mentioned, there is Elixa. It's an awesome, stronger probiotic for those of you that want faster results. I'll put that down in the description down below. Something else that you can take is Digestive Advantage if you're more of an everyday type of probiotic. They have gummies as well. I still use those occasionally. My kids use those. So you can take a probiotic for that. That's going to help balance out that bacteria. So that's a good thing. For the heartburn, acid reflux, GERD, of course there's the Tums and the medications, and I took those. I'm not knocking those or anything, but you don't want to have to pay for that much money over a long period of time. So apple cider vinegar is a great remedy. You fill up a glass of water, squeeze some lemon in there if you want. That helps for digestion as well. But you want to put in 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. Now you can get Bragg's or Heinz. There's quite a few versions out there, but make sure it's the organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. Okay, 2 teaspoons of that. I added a little bit of lemon for taste. Mix that up, drink it first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, and drink it with a straw, okay? It'll be a little hard on your teeth, so you want to drink it with a straw. Drink it fairly quickly if not. So do that every single morning. Cured my heartburn. Amazing. There's a lot of benefits to apple cider vinegar, but that's the one that I didn't expect to happen, and it worked. Obviously, bloating, gas, indigestion, apple cider vinegar is great for that as well. Constipation, diarrhea, some things that you need to be doing that helps in general with digestion is water, okay? You need to be drinking, more water than what you are, all right? Most people are chronically dehydrated. That's an amazing stat, but very factual, okay? So drink as much water as you can. Whenever our digestive function is slowing down because of our fight or flight response or our body's way of responding to stress, you need to have something to help flush things out. So make sure that you're drinking plenty of water. So guys, I hope you enjoyed those tips. All of my other tips for anxiety are down below. And if you want your digestion or your digestive system, that is, to get better, you need to fix your original anxiety issues. That's the only way that you're going to solve this in the long term. But yeah, there are a few short-term things that you can do, so make sure that you're applying those to your life each and every day. All of my tips are below. Guys, if you haven't tried therapy, try that out. It's cheaper than in-person therapy. You can do it on the phone like this or on your laptop or PC, and you can choose from hundreds and thousands of various therapists, psychologists, drug and alcohol counselors to help you with your particular needs. That's down below, so try that out. As well as the other resources, there's books, there's journals. My Facebook group, okay, for anxiety is down there. We are over 26,000 members, so you can find somebody in there that's dealing with a lot of the same issues as you are. And my Snapchat, my Twitter, my Instagram as well as down there too. So join those if you haven't. Remember to subscribe, guys, especially if this is your first time. If it's not your first time, make sure that you've hit the little bell next to that subscribe button so you get updates whenever I put my videos out. And like this video if you got value. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I will talk to you later.